Hi everybody, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. It is August 25th, a Thursday. We are using the Fairy Lights Tarot. Just wanted to do a quick update. Things are looking like exceedingly well. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just kind of floored by the delivery. I mean, when we're working towards things and it takes, it's a long and arduous process, it's like you have to move from, that concept, that mental state of it being a grueling process to an arduous one. So here we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and then the Ten of Cups. That's exactly it. It's bingo, So it's not moving in haste towards something, and then you realizing that, it leads up to the Ten of Cups. It's absolute fulfillment. It's better than just, in this case, I feel like it's better than the Star card, because it's not even really wish fulfillment, because those are, standards and constructs we place on what we want, what we truly desire. But when we actually achieve the Ten of Cups within this context of delivery, it's absolute. It has nothing to, it's with the inclusion of what our desires are, but even things that we didn't realize that we wanted or needed. And so, I've always told you guys that, the Ten of Cups is so much more abundant and more valuable to me, substantial, than the Ten of Pentacles, because the Ten of Cups already implies a wealth mindset, that it's not just confined to monetary value or the tangibles. So if I had to choose between the two, this would be it. Ten of Cups. Because those who achieve Ten of Pentacles, it doesn't automatically equate to the assumption of the Ten of Cups. But with this, it's almost a non-issue when it comes to the tangibles. That's just like the cherry on top. A very fancy cherry on top. So anyway, this is so awesome that we got these two cards here. I don't know what to tell you except I like surprises. So when I am shown on multiple levels and multiple occasions that things are going to turn out not just for the best, but better than what you expected, I like to keep it fresh. And so my surprises, whether they're high or low, are going to give that oomph effect that reminds me that I am alive and that I'm experiencing things within the present. And that receptivity is where the magic lies. Whether it's something that you have to deal with that's totally unexpected, and it just kind of throws you in for a loop, because it doesn't leave such a great taste in your mouth. And then but then it challenges us to find the solution, and that's the most rewarding part. Not just identifying with all the puzzle pieces, but then also resolving those that kind of fell out of the box when you last packed it away. So there's that. I think that's a little tangent, but yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just so today was great. I don't even know what to tell you. It was great, and it's still going, and if this is a sign of the times, you know, I told Spirit, you just sign me up. Just sign me up. Yeah, this is insane to me. Like, it's, you know, it's not like, how do I say it? It's both realistic and perfect. So let's just go ahead and do the reading. Okay, so we have 5 of Swords in reverse and then 10 of Wands in reverse. Freaking absolutely these cards, you know, this deck kind of softens out a lot of like the harshness of their traditional realities. So right here, 10 of Wands is about very consuming responsibilities. They're huge investments, some that we're bound to, at least within the interim, and then there's some that are just there are some that we can let go of. Like, what's the message in there too? So what I'm getting here is like some that we can let go of, just only in combination with these cards, is do you see the white here and then how the trees, so it's like falling away, like some of the things that confine us when it comes to our ego, because the 5 of Swords is traditionally the 1-up card. Anyway, that's the way I perceive it. Where, you know, what do you say it? When, like G.I. Joe, they say knowing is half the battle. Well, now you know, knowing is half the battle. I think that's the little tagline there. But when you're in war, and it's like the 10 of Swords, it's absolute destruction, chaos, betrayal. You have to realize that it's half your part in it. So with the 5 of Swords, when it's an upright, it's like one side against the other. There's a lot of like, what do you call it? War, like, what do you call it? The rope, you know, tug of war. That's definitely it. That nobody's like giving up their pull. That's literally what that is. That both sides are not willing to give up their pull or their control in the matter, their perception of control. So it's like the weakest link is the one that has the least grip in it. Because even if you lose by being pulled into the mud, at least you didn't lose your grip on it. You didn't. So there's this element of control being the most like valuable asset when it comes to war. When that's like way besides the point as far as the marketed initiative. So it's letting go of, when it's in reversal, it's letting go of egos. Like, who's going to win in all of this? It's just the initiative turns into the ability to let go. And in conjunction with this card, letting go of burdens and perceived responsibilities, perceptions on the way things are supposed to roll, you know, having our spirit being overburdened and encumbered by the grief of, you know, of ego. So this is like an excellent pairing here. I've never interpreted it in that full scope, but that's really cool that, you know, life experiences enhance our, it's like, it's not just like, you know, on the TV dials, you can change the contrast in it. This is more like we're able to sharpen the picture. So we're able to see a lot more, like what usually, like high definition TVs, you can see comparably more in the background, in the shadows, with high def, with that sharpened scope of what lurks in the darkness, and all of the shades before that. So yeah, I have to tell you though that when technology was, you know, transforming the visual aspects of, you know, TV shows or whatever, I remember it was between like Lord of the Rings, so I saw Lord of the Rings on DVD, and on like an older TV set, like the projection TVs, you know, like the ones that like take up the whole wall, but it's like big clunky thing. And so I did, and like Harry Potter, you know, all of that. And so I couldn't see what was going on in the background. But then when we upped it along, you know, when the images got better, I could see like the things that I normally didn't see in the dark. So there's this added crispness. And the funny thing is that I wasn't sure if I liked the new TV, because it felt like so unreal now. It felt like more like a TV set, like a filming set. It felt less real and less focused on what was happening on the like inner circle. So I think Spirit is saying that our skills have and our gifts have been elevated to a more expansive view. Like our discernment has been broadened out. So we have this added crispness to include what's going on in the exterior, so that we can discern on a more expansive view, more of the the greater picture. So that's what we're, you know, looking at now. And the whole part about, you know, our opinions and judgments on it, it's kind of irrelevant when it comes into full play, into real life, because we wouldn't be here without that added experience, like those trial runs where they're very trying times. And for me, they're not over yet, so I assume that for you, but that also becomes a non-issue, because things are clearly getting better. And the fact that I'm already at this point, it's like, it's it's like, it's not even the comparability of night and day. It's like two different worlds. One that I was so familiarized to and accommodated and bent over backwards for, to a world that like I never knew existed. Didn't know. So it's a lot. Anyway, it's very, very good. So good. Like, I didn't even know what to expect for this reading today. I just knew that I needed to do a little check-in, a little update, because I don't always come here for to sort things out. Sometimes I just come in here like open forum with spirit and the angels and the divine, and just to recap on positivity. And it's been a long time since, well, it feels like it's such a rarity that I need to bring good stuff to the table too, to initiate with. And the divine is just cementing that, and I just want to share that with you, because maybe you're going through the same thing, or leading up to the same thing, or have been through the same thing. And it's just, at any time you visit this, even if it's looking back, it is such a timeless piece in our lives to be able to realize that we had a hand at manifesting this. And they came after difficult decisions, yet, like, how do I say it? Decisions where we had to just take a leap of faith and just focus on the highest good. It's just like, it just turned out. I'm so used to compromising myself and hoping that my work would show for itself, but it's not always like your input when it comes to the 3D realm. Sometimes there are certain things that you just shouldn't, there are certain things in life you are not meant to compromise. And number one is your safety. Number two, your spirit. And I think your spirit and your soul are equivalent. I mean, of course the soul is, more substantial, because it's like the core to your free will, right? Whereas your spirit is like your active hand in it, how do I say it? I don't want to get too mechanical here. So I think you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so what do we have here? It is the Three of Wands, accentuated. The ships have come in, darlings. Look at that. Things are starting to manifest, come into life. What I'm getting here is, what is it, the Three Sisters? Those who garden know that there's like three like vegetables or plants that you plant together. I know one of them is corn, and I don't remember the other two, but that's what I'm getting as far as accentuating each other's livelihood, that they're main staples. So this is sustenance, like collaborative sustenance. Holy moly, I've never gotten that before here. But again, there's a newness in being able to catch on to the lingo of, higher vibing state, seeing the undertones, not just the undercurrents. Yeah, so there's that. Excellent. Anything else here? I think I'm going to do bananagrams after. I just feel like it allows for more context. So maybe just one more card, angels. Yep. Okay. So 8 of Wands facing the 7 of Swords. Again, we're seeing these cards here like when it comes to the deceit and all of that, that's happening in the background. And thank God it's in the background now, that they did part of the legwork and moving right out, just done, you know? They think they're escaping, but Spirit's like, nope, I just isolated you. Now you're like stranded in the sea, and with no GPS system, no directional compass, because guess what? Your moral compass is offset. And, you know, you see this, like, this is our ship here, unharmed. And, you know, the more that we push forward and allow with that vulnerability, the divine not only steers us forward, but also inflicts damage into, you know, causing, it's like, how do you say it? It's like them shooting a gun up in the air and then it coming right back down on them. So that's basically what's happening. Yeah. So, we're progressing forward. That is excellent. I'm going to do a last call if there's anything else, angels, that you want to convey. So, you know, this is the last piece confirming that, like, on the tail end, that, you know, this stuff is still happening. We're not ignorant to what is going on, but our focus is so much more precise in what matters. Its precision is honed in on our priorities. And the fact that things are progressing, it's like we would have to be absolutely ignorant and blind not to see, like, the abundance within, you know, our current state of being. I didn't know what this day had in store for me. I know that in the previous reading I told you it was just all about presenting yourself to the world. Just be present. Focus on that. We don't need to make it complicated. Some things are just simple. Yeah. That's it. You know, the rest will unfold. We are that adept at this stage to be able to carry it forward. Like, we've already paid it forward. Our higher selves are telling us, look, dude, you've done so much. You've paid it forward to your future self. No words. No words, all love. Okay, I feel like that is one because it kind of just shut out. 8 of Pentacles, yeah, it's working at it. It's, oh my gosh, holy smokes, I just got this. Okay, this is like, we just talked about our higher selves, right? This is our higher selves looking out for us. And you see all those things that are coming down like comets? Our higher selves, look at that, are looking out for us. I don't even know how this works, but this is for real. Do you see how, oh my gosh, this is 8 and 8, master number 88. Do you see how the waves are common ground? Do you see how that matches? Do you see how, like, our higher selves are, like, helping us move forward, and also helping us steer off the enemies? Like, that's insane to me. Do you even see this detail? There are literally things coming from the sky. So, ladies and gentlemen, this means we are uber powerful in full. Okay, how we are showing up in present time is fully activating and in alignment with our higher selves. So it's like we have this divine partnership within our timeline that we're able to partner, co-pilot with our higher selves. That access point is, it's so, do you understand this? Like, for real, this Eight of Pentacles is all about like the mastery and refining your craft and just continuously engaging within the daily activities to meet your end goal. And do you see this? It's a cliff. This is like the Fool card. So it is literally like a leap of faith, continuously going at things. This is the communications card. We're able to make so much. This is, oh my gosh. The reach in this card is, it doesn't just reach, on a worldly aspect. Like, it's not just like nationwide or city to city. This is not just globally. This is not just cosmically speaking. It's all inclusive. So when it comes down to this, it's also about transgressing timelines, dimensions. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not just beyond the veil. This is where there's no, it's like fast forward movement. Okay, fast forward movement in no time at all. Do you see? That's insane to me. Where time is not only a non-issue, it doesn't exist. We're able to connect across timelines, connect across this is insane to me. Insanely good. But give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead, look at the bottom of the deck. It's a moon card filled with mysteries, the illumination of the full moon here. Actually, it's not the full moon, it's the waxing moon, if I'm not mistaken. Waxing moon. So it precedes the full moon. So the things that lead up to the most amplified manifestations. This is an inquisitive moon card. So give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and so I'm a little curious to why we have the moon card here. But I think it's all about the mysteries involved, that not all of the answers are revealed in its absolute light, that sometimes in life when we go through things kind of in the dark, that those are, it's a different like simulation for spirit to teach us how to navigate when things aren't so bright. So we can not just become more adaptable, but understand also the other characters that move in the night, that operate best in the night, and how we can also do that too. And just things look different in the evening. Things feel different in the evening. And sometimes the moon makes its way to daytime as well. So seeing that crossover is very, very, very important, is what I'm being told right now. And I think all of you get this. All of you understand this. So I'm going to get some bananagrams here. Angels of love and light. That's a lot. One fell on my right leg. It's an A. So we're automatically bringing our A game. That's what it is. It hit my right calf. So what else do we have? U R N W L J R I U D E E A Y N T C G N. Okay, so I have run. I have NYC. I have gun. I have jeer. I haven't heard that in a long time. IUD. I have jail. I have gnat. Okay, so gnats, like little flies or whatever, are also considered spies when it comes to irresponsible practitioners within the occult, because it's always done, to spy. Because when you have to do that, project your life form into another life form, you're projecting onto their will, another sentient being's will. So when you do that, it's not only a selfish occurrence, but it's also a lie to the divine. To exhibit such greed that your life form is not substantial enough to do its job, to impede on another life form, is like, it's not cool when it comes to the divine. Now, I know that there are some that help in the dark, and so they don't compromise their ways, but they're not, straight up, engaging in massacres. They're just, they kind of rationalize using certain methods in order to assist for the light. So I can't make any judgments on there, but when it comes down to it, like that's the core of it. So I have to be a little blunt about the way I explain things. Yeah. So I don't know what else I was going to say to that, but I see Ryan, I see Randy, I see Whale, I see Turn, I see Turner, and Tina, I see, oh my gosh, I see Crawley, like Aleister Crowley. Yeah, so there's some like darkness in the background, kind of like scrambled about here. I see wire. I see Lyran, or like the starseed. I don't remember exactly how to spell it, but I know the variations here. I see the letters, and so that's applicable. So some of you might vibe with that. I see Dua, like Dua Lipa. Duel. Both like duel like a fight, and duel like two. I see Nancy. That's the first time I've seen Nancy. Interesting. Private message me if your name is Nancy, because like that's crazy. There's not many Nancys. Nancy is a very old school name. I mean, there's like Nancy Drew. I think Nancy Reagan. Is that right? Wait a minute. I see Reagan here. Let me see here. What? Oh my gosh, I do have Nancy Reagan. I can spell both. There's only one A, but I've been connecting letters, like shared letters, so there's two. Yeah, that's crazy. To have both, like, for real. Okay, so it's Nancy Reagan in here. I have Judge, Jud. Okay, I'm just gonna leave Reagan there. Okay. EGE. So some of you might be dealing with like the judicial court, or are being judged, like judgment is coming. Judgment is here, actually. So Spirit's laying down the law for the highest good. Do I see any other names here? That is insane to me. Okay. Well, it's the first time I've ever had Reagan here, so that's very interesting to me. I have Jewel. I have twirl. So it's not just about turning, but we're infusing life, fun into our gestures. So we're not just simply going to turn, have a simple turn around. This is going to be like a twirl around. We're supposed to enjoy it like it's a dance. Where it's not like the showdown dance where like people are shooting at your feet. That's interesting. I have curl. I think there's a sport called curling or something. It's like, I don't remember what even that, I forget what that is, but that's like a sport, like some kind of a game sport. Curl is also in sequence sharing the L with twirl. So it's showing that we have grown so much, because the curl is a twist, right? So it shows growth. And what shows growth most of all, especially to the divine, is we're not just doing what we're supposed to be doing, but enjoying it. You know, we're infusing it with the life form and the spirit that the divine intended for us upon creation. Yeah. I'm getting like, we're not just what is it? Like a, how do you say it? We're not just co-creating, we're co-piloting. And that's how I got the essence of like the curl. Like, we're doing all of these aerial tricks. And yeah, it's okay. That's what I've got here. What else is here? I have none. So some of you might be like, have some kind of religious affiliation. You know, nuns are very spiritual. practiced, disciplined women in the community of like Catholics. I think that's more associated with Catholicism than anything. So there's some of you that are also very conservative here, if not traditional. But it could also mean, if not, that it's like nunchucks. So it's your ability, like again with aerial tricks, in being able to maneuver with your own sense of control. I'm getting that more so than anything. Yeah. And then I have Y here just kind of lingering around. I'm not sure exactly what to do with it, so give me a second. I mean, I could say twirly, but I feel like maybe I have to take apart Reagan here. Let me just show you so you can see like what's going on. So we have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out for just a second. I feel like Judge is very important. Twirl and curl are definite. So where does that leave us? Give me a second. There's only so much I can do when like I'm one-handed here at things. So maybe I could leave it at that. If I'm gonna leave it there, then Y is an expression of I would say like the divine feminine, because that would be like right there. The sacral chakra. If not, if there's like cross watchers that have difficulty, or anyone that has difficulty with their anger issues, anger management, that that's like a furrowed brow when it comes to an emoticon. And then for all, it's the examination of why we are doing this. It's overall the scheme of purpose. So I feel like that's applicable to all, especially because I'm holding it up with like kind of my middle finger almost. I didn't mean to do that. And the way I'm holding it up is almost like a mudras. I don't know how to say that. But there's something, I forget, like it's divine connection. I don't remember what it is, but there's connection point to that. I know that there's elements like within each fingertip as far as like our connectivity to source within different aspects. So that's something maybe you have more knowledge of than I do. That's something that I would have to look up. But the connectivity of purpose when it comes to that. Is there anything else? I'm just going to see if there's anything here. NDA. So some of us may need to like sign spiritual NDAs. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so like we have like the Akashic records or Akashic records, however you want to pronounce it. Akashic records. There's also spiritual NDAs that you can engage in, and it's just a confidentiality report that you opt in or out of. So when you get to the league, the big leagues of working with the divine in such an intimate, exploratory view, you have to understand that like you're preserving intellectual property as well when it comes to everyone being considered a co-creator. So we're protecting the rights of each individual's expression for growth and so some things are unspoken. Yeah. So, yeah, being that Judge is sharing the D with NDA, I feel like that's very important. It could also be DNA, or our makeup is developing, evolving. I feel like it's more about evolving than developing. Most definitely. Let me see if there's anything else here. I see Jane. Okay. So, Jane, that could be somebody else's name, but it could also be, like Jane Doe, being considered like Mary Jane, like just like some miscellaneous figure, like a cookie cutter version is, what maybe we've complied to, if not been typecasted as. So, like, kind of lost in the shuffle when it comes to our involvements with different partnerships that didn't fare immediately well. Because obviously it's adding to our growth substantially at current state. And it's been a long time coming. So, is there anything else here? I'm seeing Tiny. I'm seeing Curly. Oh, hi there. I saw you pop up. So Curly, like, it could be like Larry Moe and Curly. Curly was obviously the curly haired guy. Now, if you look back on the, like, his bio, Curly, there's Larry. Oh, shoot. I know who Mo is. He's the one with, like, the bowl cut, black hair. So Larry and then Curly. I think Larry was the shaved head guy. And Curly was obviously, I think, the one with the curly, like, hair. So, I think Curly was, like, very, like, skilled in more things than you realize it. So just look at his, like, bio on who he actually was. I think he may have had some sobriety issues, but I think that was very characteristic of back in that day. So, but, like, I would say that he was like a stand apart as far as how skillful he was, how talented he was when it came to different realms. I think it had something to do with, like, music, like musician type of work. But I was shocked because actors in Hollywood was treated very, very poorly, almost like slave labor back in the day. So I don't know what that means for any of you, because this is a general reading, and that's what I'm getting here. And then I have one N left, so I think it's UN is what I'm last seeing here. So the United Nations. That's something. I think, intuitively speaking, if you are like a politically charged, educated individual, there is a mark towards that. The United Nations. I know they're constantly active, but there's something that's particularly drawn, because I am never called to put the last letter, or any, like, spare letter to spell out that kind of an indication. So that's definite. I've never had Curly before. I've never had Twirl. Never had Judge. Never had Nancy Reagan or Tina Turner together. Yeah, and I think there's one other reference point that I have never had before. So I'm going to show it to you, and we are done for the day. We get to move on, and it is good. Life is good. Hold on. There we are. 2 sets. Now, normally I do not break it out into 2 groupings. It's either like one whole grouping or all separate. There might be one spare tire there that indicates like sorry, let me see something here. I'm gonna just mess around here because I'm seeing Rwanda here. There's something here. I can't ignore it. There's something here. I forget. Do you remember how to spell Rwanda? Does it jump from R directly to the W, or is there an I in between, or is there an extra A? Do you know? Like, I'm really good at spelling, but seriously, I never get this unless I'm doing divination and using these letters. Like, there's something that mixes up. Maybe it's like the time limit that I have on here, the perception of like not enough time, or if it's I have Carl Jung too. Oh yeah, definitely. So our dreamscape, our subconscious is being explored at this time, and activated to like it's given a form to speak. We're that elevated where we're getting more messages from that realm. But do you know, like, as far as Rwanda, am I getting that right? Because it does not look right. Because it looks like I'm just spelling R and then Wanda. So Wanda is a TV show, I think, an X-Men type of character. She is, what is something, the Black Witch or RW? Yeah, so that's it, Rwanda. But I'm also getting Wanda here as far as, gosh, that lady. It's a Scarlet Witch. Okay, so when it came to her mental state, it was extremely explosive, super powerful, and the story behind her is, generally speaking, is that extreme pain within her life experiences caused her to turn to the dark. It just and then so a lot of her choices were it wasn't really about like it was about seeking justice. That's really was like making up for lost time, lost life, lost dreams, and how she was severely burdened by that until like the very end. So her demise was one that really how do I say it? She found purpose towards the end, and her peace. So anyway, that's something I think that I was supposed to point out. So Rwanda is definitely in here. I don't know why. There might be something in the news or upcoming, because anytime I get flags like this, there's something like I got the one with Roe versus Wade, and I had like, that's insane. Like, I got that a day or two before anybody else found out publicly. And then I also got one for Texas before, like, congruent with the shootings, before that was publicized. And then now Rwanda, And I think I got grease at one point. So it just seems really strange how, I mean, I think that's the way it's supposed to be, but I'm not supposed to downplay anything. Like, if I see a call out here, it's definite. Like, it should be explored. And I'm not like the 24-hour round-the-clock researcher when it comes to these things, but some of you are. So the divine is depending on you and your skill set to look into those things as you feel called to. I see cult. Yeah. Jung and cult are sharing the U's, even though I have a spare U over here. But I think this is the way this is supposed to roll here. Let's see here. Oh, I have rewrite. No. See, I'm getting a little dyslexic again. Nothing wrong with dyslexia, but I don't, it's weird. I'm getting rewind. Some of us are needing to do like little playbacks. Yeah. Rewind. What did I just say before rewind? Holy moly. Let me put this D back here. I don't remember. I can't like see it now. I'm seeing rerun. Yeah, some of us like, okay, it wouldn't let me do rewind unless I pulled the D from Rwanda when it's already sharing one of the R's here. So this one is, so rewind is rerun is a better term to use than rewind. So some of us are rewinding, back, looking back at things, but then some of us are replaying certain events that are happening. So it's like, I'm getting that some of us are still in progress that are leading up to like what's going on over here. Some reruns can be very entertaining, can't they? So, it's just, everything is a process, even digesting things. So that's why we hit reruns into our lives. But like I think some of us really like the familiarity. Yeah. I'm also getting year, okay, why am I? Year, rewind. Okay, so I have to take Rwanda out. Oh, gosh, give me a second. Oh my gosh. I'm getting YER, like year blues. I'm getting that, like the Beatles. I haven't heard that in a long time. And then I for it. So let me just show you another version with the same grouping. So we might be discovering like the it factor within ourselves or the it factor within life, year blues, and that, they kind of come hand in hand because life shows us that contrasts are help allow us to put things into context. So into better context, excuse me. And that's why our differences are so valuable. So if we want to go ahead and take Rwanda out, and then we have how many like reruns can we kind of go through within a year's time, because 365 days, we could at least take one to like look back on like our KPIs, like, and I just realized that key performance indicators don't have to fall on a yearly basis for a review, that oftentimes we can do that quarterly, but let me see here. So wand, I'm getting like our ability to engage in magic, our own magic, and our resources. I was going to do rewind. I think rewind is a lot more valuable than rerun. And sometimes like rewinding is like our need for like a vacation. Or is it unwind? Okay. Shoot. Whoops. Frick. So I feel like let's go with unwind. Because I really feel like that was my whole vibe last night, and how it carried through today. So let me see here. Cult isn't necessarily like always a bad thing. Like cult classics are definitely like fond nostalgic memories of snapshots in motion, when it comes to movies that we grew up with. Like they're just timeless, and they carry a certain vibe. So we have unwind. I really feel like Jung is a very big player here. I don't know. I really feel like we gotta leave some spacing here, okay, to be able to use the other stuff. Let me see here. Wait. Let me see. There's got to be something different there. So how have you been? You've been MIA as well as I. These days are feeling a little bit more lit. I am feeling that 100%. Excuse me. There, I think we've made some choices that are kind of like ballsy when it comes, like, okay, let me just kind of like not in gender terms. So I feel like we've made some decisions that are quite that may have appeared to be risky. Like a dare to be bold kind of thing, like in its cleanest fashion, that led us to this point. They were like the most positive. Yeah, it has been hot, right? Definitely. Let's see here. I think eye is important. Kind of like the all-seeing eye. As above, so below. So we are keeping our focus more connected with the ongoings of this world. You know, high def, what we're talking about. I see guru, but like I'd have to pull from there. Okay. I see acronyms. I mean, not. I see people's initials here too that I know, but I'm not going to mention. So I'm going to say guru because it depicts mastery. And also without losing the groundedness of our learning, practice and learning. Okay. I also have Cancun. Oh wait, no, there's only one C. Never mind. I saw C, 2 U's instead of 2 C's. So I'm just like, they kind of look the same. Like in my mind, it's kind of like shifty here. As far as, you know, transient, everything like kind of moving. So I have June, the month of June, or a name June. Jesus Christ. We can keep that separate. So where does that land us with this one? Help me out. I have Ian, I-A-N, or even E. I've seen it spelled with an E. Let's see. I also have Anna. You know what I'm getting here? You know, like WWJD, you know, those bracelets or whatever. What would Jesus do? It's not what would Jesus do. It's what Jesus can do. That's what I got here. Car, Jan. Yeah, we could do that. Somebody's name may be Jan too, yeah? Most definitely we could do that. Our vehicle, you know, is very important. Getting to places, maintenance, like our own bodies. Our health is important. In order to be present, we need to be able to get to places. So yeah, I totally agree with car. Okay. So with that, I think JC having some Jesus Christ in her lives. I kid you not, I was so thankful today. It's been a while since I've just done a prayer solely just for thank you, like rather than like asking for something or multitasking and also asking for something or praying for someone else. But like to set aside a prayer of thanks without like having a meal associated with it is like that's important. Like if you feel it, don't deny it, you know. And I also, again, have the emphasis, again, of UN. So this is it, people. This is what we're looking at. It is 7:29 p.m. And we are just about done with this. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Nice to see you again. I'll catch you another time. And do your magic. the good stuff, of course. Okay. This is good. And it's time to get some rest. Like, totally. You owe it to yourself to unwind. Definitely. Yeah. And I'm also getting, since Dare and I are in conjunction together, and also Dare is also in conjunction, like connecting to unwind. I'm like, I was thinking these in my head while I was slowing down. I wasn't saying anything, but it's like, it's not just like dare to be bold, but dare to snooze. Because you owe it to yourself. That's definitely what I'm getting. And then dare to also see, to like open your eyes. So those are two final messages that Spirit wants to leave us with. It's not just dare to be bold. It's the other stuff in between too. Okay. All right. Bye for now.